Hi everyone, hope you all had a very happy New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. All right, so I'm super pumped to make this video. I want to start going over my 2019 revenue. Now, let me start off by saying that the intent of this video in particular is not to break down my revenue numbers in depth, and the reason for that is because I don't have my numbers entirely. Turo releases the official numbers in February, which is when they send out our 1099 tax information, and that's where you really have the grand finale numbers of how you did in the previous year. And the numbers currently reflecting on my host hub are not super accurate because I had the addition and removal of many cars throughout the year. So what I am going to share with you guys is what I speculate my revenue to be for 2019. And then my video in February, once I get those numbers for the taxes, I will let you guys know exactly what it ended up being. We'll break down what the revenue looked like. We'll break down some of the cars, what the cost was, what the profit ended up being, and just kind of what it all looked like as a whole. So we will definitely get into that. This is going to be a 3-part series on revenue. So one will be now, we'll do a second one in February when those numbers come out, and then a third one to follow that. So definitely stay tuned for that. Now, let me preface this a little bit before I tell you guys what my 2019 estimated revenues were. So first and foremost, this is what I do full time. I've been a host on the platform since 2015, and I'm just a regular person who started doing this on the side and just over the years started building it. For those of you that don't know, I started with a smart car. So, I really started this from nothing and just grew it over the years. As the market grew, I grew with it. I am not sponsored by Turo in any way, shape, or form. They do not pay me and I do not work with them, and we are not affiliated in any way, shape, or form other than the fact that I am just a regular host on the platform and I've just been doing it for a while. This is my only source of income. I don't do anything else. I only do this full time. This is what I rely on. I live in South Orange County. I feel like I live a pretty good life. I'm super happy. So for all of you out there that think that I work for Turo or that this is not the only thing that I do, this is literally the only thing that I do, and I am not employed by Turo. Other than that, another thing that I would really attribute my progression and my involvement and growth in this marketplace to is the fact that I don't view my business as a car rental business. I really look at it as a business where I'm providing a very specific type of experience to people, and that is in particular a better travel experience when they're renting cars, and people are willing to pay money for a great experience. So that is really like my central focus of how I view doing Turo, and I think that that's what has really allowed me to continue to grow, to get better cars, and just really excel in this marketplace. So that's sort of, what I wanted to put out there before we get into some of the meat and bones of this. So as always, I can always just share with you guys what my personal experiences be on the marketplace and the things that I encounter and how things are going for me. This is just one of those businesses that it really depends on the individual and how you're running it and how you're doing things. It's so localized to not only where you are, but to who you are as a person and how you handle things. That really determines a lot of how your business will unfold for you. So for 2019, I speculate that I probably did about $272,000 in sales. So in February, when those numbers come out, we will see how close my speculation is, but I think that's where I landed at, right around there. I know hosts out there that make way more money than that because they have way more cars than I do. And then there's the other end of the spectrum where there's people that just do this with a few cars. So of course, everybody's numbers are gonna look totally different. But it just depends on what you're working with and how you're running your business. That will result in what your income is. So next month we'll break that down and we'll look at it in more depth once we have the final numbers. But with that said, what I really want to focus on with you guys today, and what I myself am heavily focusing on for 2020, is a different points of revenue when you're doing Turo, right? So it's like, this is the time that you want to think about this, because come December, you want to be really happy with the results of your income. So first and foremost, let's tackle day rates. I get this question a lot. People always ask me, how come sometimes your day rates are so low in comparison to the market? So let's talk about that. Usually Sunday through Thursday, I don't see very much competition in the marketplace. Those are usually the days out of the week where people aren't really paying attention to their listings. Of course, those are the slower days out of the week, especially Monday through Wednesday, incredibly slow. Whereas the weekends, there's lots of competition. People are available to hand off their cars. That's when you're seeing the rentals. That's when you can keep your prices high, based on how the market is doing. But during the weekdays, I lower my prices because there's not a ton of competition and there's not as many rentals going on out there. So whatever rentals are going on out there, I definitely want to capture them. And when I do lower those day rates, what people who see my listing, other hosts who ask why my day rates are so low, what they don't see is me banking on my extras, right? So I heavily focus on the trip extras features. Now, there are multiple things that you can provide as a part of your trip extras, but the two biggest revenue earners for me are the unlimited miles option and then the cleaning fee. So those are two big ones where I really focus heavily on because they're very lucrative. Now, if you are already familiar with trip extras, then you already know that if a guest books any of your trip extras that they add on to their reservation, you as a host, you get to keep 90% of that revenue. This is why I lower my day rate during the weekdays and I bank on people booking the trip extras, because I rather have 90% of my trip extras, the revenue from that, versus you're getting a much smaller percentage on the day rate. So depending on whatever insurance option you have, you're either getting 70%, 65%, or 85% of the day rate. Now, of course, when I lower my prices, you're not going to get as many miles per day either. So that's what really entices people to add on the unlimited miles. And it really helps when you have a strong listing with good reviews where people are saying, oh, the car is in immaculate condition, it's really clean, you can count on this host. The host had great communication. This host was really punctual. So when renters see things like that and they see, oh, it's a low day rate, there's low miles, but the car looks amazing, it's a great car for the price, let me just add on unlimited miles and that way I'll be comfortable throughout my trip. And then as a host, you reap all the benefits of that because you get 90% of your trip extras. So that's what I focus on, especially Sunday through Thursday. That's where I make up my money for my low day rates that I present to the market. Now, another one is cleaning fees. This is such a big one, okay? So, of course, over the years, I have literally tried every type of car wash that exists out there. I cannot tell you guys how many car washes that I have been to find a place that totally does a great job at cleaning cars. So I've now gone to a car wash that I've been using for a couple years now. It's one of those where you can get the monthly unlimited plans, which I think at my car wash, it's about $35 per unlimited plan. I usually wash about 4 cars per day, and that is a big money maker for me because, for one, it doesn't cost me very much to have these cars washed and clean. I don't use any additional products, just what the car wash has to offer, and they have everything from towels to vacuums to window cleaning solution, the whole 9 yards. And because I always make sure to hand my cars off clean, people either almost always opt in for the cleaning fee, or I'm able to charge for the cleaning fee at the end of it because they know that they received the car immaculate clean, and so they really don't have any problems with paying that cleaning fee. So I was kind of looking at my own numbers throughout this past year to see what it looked like and kind of really what it broke down to for the cleaning fees, and I was actually really surprised at what I discovered. And what I found was, let me make sure I don't butcher this for you guys, is after taking my monthly car wash plans and expenses into account for getting my cars cleaned, and no, I don't have any hired help for that, what I found is that I usually take in about a $10 profit per trip that there is a cleaning fee on. And usually what I see is about 8 trips per car. The average is 8 trips per car at $10 per car per month. So that's about $80 per car per month. If you times that about my this year's average of cars that I had under my belt, it was about 14 cars. That came out to $13,500 per year. That's a nice chunk of change. So, that you don't realize these little things add up and add up. And if you pay attention to it, it can really be a big profit center for you, like it was for me. So I was really happy to see that. And going into 2020, that's something that I will heavily focus on. I oftentimes forget to do the cleaning fee reimbursement. So after running these numbers, I will no longer forget to do that. So I was really happy with that. And for all my host friends out there, I see a lot of reviews out there from guests that say things like, oh, I got charged a cleaning fee after the trip, but when I received the car, it wasn't clean. In order to charge these cleaning fees and have your guests be okay with paying them, you surely must have your cars clean. The cleaner they are, the more easily you're able to charge these cleaning fees, because it's very obvious to people that you gave them a spectacularly clean car. So focus on that, because that could be a huge profit center for you. But yeah, so those are the things that I'm really focusing on, those different points of revenue for me in 2020. So I was pretty happy with how my different revenue centers panned out for me, especially with the magnitude of changes that Turo experienced in 2019. A lot of this really helped with that. They had the increase in insurance fees. They had just, the changes with renters having to put down deposits, a lot of stuff that I talked about in my last video. So this really allowed me to offset some of that. And now I'm all recalibrated for 2020. So I think that it'll be a really strong year for me. So yes, to wrap up on all of this, I speculate that I did about $272,000 in gross revenue in 2019. In February, when I get my final numbers, we will go over that and kind of break that down and see what it really ended up looking like and how close my speculation is to what I did and sort of what I anticipate for 2020. All right, guys, Happy New Year's. I wish you all such an amazing year ahead. I'm excited to just work super hard at this for the next year and really explore my opportunities, and just continuing to share my experience with you guys. Thanks for watching, and once again, this is part 1 of a 3-part series. The second video I will put out in February when I get those numbers, and as always, do send me your questions and comments. I love to hear from you guys. Your guys' feedback for me is just, it's immeasurable how helpful it is. So I really appreciate that. And if you enjoy this channel, be sure to subscribe, show me your support. My name is Saimah. This is Saimah's Experience, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.